But they basically reenact the robbery, and Faith is like really disturbed by it. She's like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. But then eventually it's like, we'll fucking kill you, Faith. We'll fucking kill you. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
Spring break.
Y'all want to die tonight?
Spring break.
Get down!
I'm scared, aren't you?
Spring break forever.
Spring break forever, bitches.
Happens in the chat. Like, okay, we're gonna get in the nitty-gritty details here. I will explain to you what happens in Spring Breakers. We start with college students chat. You know, they're going through the whole, undergraduate college experience. You have Selena Gomez and you have a couple of other, I didn't even know the character's name. I know Faith because they said her name a whole bunch throughout the movie, and it was Selena Gomez. They want to make sure that you knew Selena Gomez is in this movie. By the way, chat, she gets second billing under James Franco in this film. Okay, just want to let you know about that. But it follows the characters. I need to look this up. Britt, Candy, Cotty, I didn't know that was a name, and Faith, chat. And, Faith, so fucking funny. Faith, she's part of a youth ministry. And she's getting bored of, good old Jesus Christ. She's not in the JC anymore. She just wants to hang out with Britt, Candy, and Cotty chat. But all of her Bible study friends, they tell her, those three are fucking crazy. You don't want to hang out with them. They're into the drugs. They have all sorts of vices. All they want to do is have sex all the time. It's like, it's no bueno. So don't you dare hang out with them. But Faith's like, forget that, okay? I'm done with all this Jesus camp shit. I want to go have some fun. We want to experience spring break. And so it's kind of like setting up what, college dorm life is for these students. So I guess they're somewhere in the South. I get the sense there's maybe possibly in Missouri or Mississippi, Chad, or Alabama State. I'm not sure, before they eventually, head down to Miami, Florida, Chad. Thank you, Darkseid, for the 5 minutes. Fuck, jeez, I want to fuck. Pretty much that's what it is. That's what it is. Even the movie starts out, Chad, with I'll give the movie this. It does have some pretty good cinematography, but all it is just showing these girls, a lot of asses, a lot of boobs, a lot of guys with spray tans. I mean, it does that well, okay? It showcases that lifestyle very well at first. And you're like, okay, you're setting the mood of the film. You're setting the setting. That's great. But that's all you really see throughout this entire film. That's where I come in. I'm going to say I'm struggling with the review because it barely has a plot. Like, it's set up where Faith and her the three blonde stooges, I'm not going to remember the names. They're the three blonde stooges. One of them may have had black hair. I don't give a shit. They're the three blonde stooges in Faith, chat. They're the only ones left on campus, inexplicably, because everyone else has gone spring break. Apparently, they have been saving up for the entire semester to book a hotel and to go down there and party with their friends. Apparently, though, these fucking four, all they do is spend their money constantly on food and alcohol and various illicit substances, chat. And they've consumed all this, and they only have about $300 among the four of them. And you have the three blonde students, chat, even though they're always, snorting blow or doing whatever, they want, they're constantly begging Faith for money. She's like, all I got is about 20 bucks. And they're like, shit, that's only $320. That's not enough for what we want to do. Want to go down there and start, having the hot, sweaty sex with all of the college age guys. Thank you, Darkseid, with the 5 minutes. Spent their entire life savings to party. Pretty much, exactly. They've only had their entire life savings, chat, is about $320. And so Faith's like, well, I guess Faith is she's just very distraught. She hates her life. She hates that she's in college. She just wants to have fun. She's done with her parents. She doesn't want to live in that conservative lifestyle. She's like, I just hate this. I just want to die. And so the three blonde students decide, hey, let's just go ahead and steal one of our professor's cars, because one of them knows where the car keys are, because apparently, Chad, she's been blowing him. She's been blowing him in that car, and she knows where he keeps the keys. And so what happens, and they're like, Faith's like, well, why are we going to steal his car? We're going to steal his car because then we're going to rob the diner. We're going to rob the chicken joint right down the street. and we'll get the money. And Faith and the three blonde stooges chat, they go, yeah, let's do that. And so you get, I guess you got, I don't know, was it, no, was it Faith? Was it fucking Faith? Yeah, it was Faith. So Faith is the getaway driver chat. They fucking just miraculously have the car. They get it. Because the one, who blows the professor just knows where the keys are, I guess. I don't know how. So they steal his car. I think it's a Camaro. They steal the vehicle chat. Faith's the getaway driver. It's actually not bad cinematography here. You have the camera inside the car, and then you're looking through the car window into the robbery taking place in the diner chain. They're smashing the shit out of this place. Like, no one wants to fucking mess with these girls. Which, by the way, chat, like, their weapons they're using are just fucking squirt guns. But still, you don't know. You don't know. That's still very intimidating. We fucking come in with hammer chat. They're smashing things up and say, I'm going to kill you. Give me all your money. And so they rob this chicken joint chat. And they get into the getaway vehicle, and they're like, yay, party, spring break forever. And so they're very excited. So already, like, these people are horrible people, and they get everything that's fucking coming to them, in my opinion, chat. It's like, you deserve everything. And then for the next, I'm literally, chat, for the next half hour, all it is scenes of boobs, a lot of boobs. If you like boobs, you like the bazungas, chat, of various shapes and sizes, you're going to get them, okay? A lot of ass shots, a lot of bare ass shots, chat. No, no, nudity of the hoo-ha, nothing like that. At least not that I saw, chat. There's nothing like that. Lot of shots of guys drinking. Shots of the four girls peeing in public, which I did not need to see. That was gross. I did not like that, although that's very fucking accurate. I've seen that in real life, and it's just like, yep. Don't, okay, they got that. there is an accurate representation of what spring break is like. You do see a very early sequence of James Franco, who, listen, I'll give James Franco this. He fully embraces whatever the hell he's doing in this film. As I don't know. He says he's alien. He says his name is Alien, chat. You don't know his real name. You don't know what his first name or actual last name is. It doesn't matter. Apparently he was raised by them streets, as he likes to say, chat. He was raised not by his father who abandoned him, or his mother who died of a drug overdose, chat. She got in all those vices and illicit substances. She killed herself when she was like 12. It just didn't work out, just ingesting all the drugs. And so he was raised by them streets, chat, and his local community. And he got, I'm adding this right now. You find all about this later on in the film, but I'm just trying to give you some sort of character development or any sense of a plot so far. I'm just trying my best. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Is that the 10 Middies? That's for 10 Middies. Juicy, look up Riff Raff. That's who Franco is based on. Riff Raff. Interesting. Agree. Who directed this movie? That's a good question. This is directed by, funny enough, Jeff, this is an Annapurna movie. Harmony Korine. Harmony Korine. It's a weird name. I don't know what else he's done. I'm not familiar with this man at all, Chad. He is, apparently he directed The Beach Ball with Matthew McConaughey, so he's also done that. He did a film called Mr. Looney, Julian Donkey Boy, Chad, and Gummo. He did Gummo, Chad, just in case you didn't know that. And so pretty much, even before we get introduced to James Franco, Chad, all it really is them partying, them consuming copious amounts of alcohol and drugs. And really what inevitably happens, Chad, I think even they start to realize they're literally doing the same thing that they do in college, where all they do is drink and do drugs and just hang out in their bikinis, sunning themselves on the fucking top of their dorms. It's the same exact thing. It's just in a new location. That's literally it. I guess there's just more of it. There's an excess of it, chat. And you have some character development with Selena Gomez's Faith, where she's really the only one that is keeping in touch with her family, chat. There's two times in the movie when she calls her grandma. No, they just replay it. It's her calling her grandma saying, this is like the greatest experience of my life, Grandma. Made so many friends, we're bonding, so many great memories. And this is all over footage of them like pissing all over themselves in public, chat, snorting coke, chugging beer after alcoholic beverage, chat. That's all it is. And her talking to her grandma about all this. And also calling her parents and letting her know, it's like, I did it because I knew you guys wouldn't want me to do it, okay? I knew you'd say no. And so I just did it, okay? Just leave me alone. I'm an adult. I want to do what I want, okay? And it's like, bye. Oh, God, so tough. And then it's like them bonding briefly in the pool, chat. And where Faith is like, I just want this to like last forever. This is like the greatest moment in my life right now. And I just want it to be, what's going to be this way. And she's incomprehensible. And the girls are like, honey, we don't know what you're saying, honey. And then she goes in the water and they all start laughing at her, chat. And she comes back up, and they go, yeah, and they're so happy. Eventually, chat, they walk to like another chicken joint restaurant, and this brings up memories of the one they robbed. And all the girls, they start reenacting how they robbed the place, chat. And even Faith starts to feel some sort of regret. She's like, so what did you guys do? And they do this, basically, they just reenact what they did, and them kind of goofing off, and really just establishes what pieces of shit the three blonde stooges are, chat. You just absolutely hate them and how they harass these innocent people and threaten to kill them. It's like, I don't like these people at all. Thank you, Young Aloha! 500 biddies. This review is giving me life. It's giving you. I'm glad it's giving you life, Young Aloha. I'm glad you're enjoying it so far. I was like, I'm trying to make sense of it. Honestly, these scenes can come. I don't know, like what comes first in this movie. It's just a fucking fever dream of drugs, alcohol, and boobs. That's all it is. Brightburn, you're better off watching something of substance. The movie's probably fuck you. I'll get to it. I'll get to the rating. But they basically reenact the robbery, and Faith is like really disturbed by it. She's like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. But then eventually it's like, we'll fucking kill you, Faith. We'll fucking kill you. If you tell anyone, it's just like, okay, that's a little weird. It's a little aggressive. Ingenuity. Welcome back to the stream, and thank you for the 50 biddies. Hope you're doing very well. Even Michael Bay would go. Even Michael Bay would be like, listen, I will absolutely put the camera up a underage girl's ass, okay? But even I'm a little, even he would say, this film's too much. This film's a little too much. Pryor, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Anita, welcome to the stream. Look at all the people coming in here right now, chat. Welcome, guys. Hope you're doing well. I'm just currently doing my review for Spring Breakers right now. And so, Faith is intimidated, but she goes along with them, and they continue their more scenes of them doing drugs and consuming copious amounts of alcohol. Until, chat, we get to a scene when they're being arrested, chat, for having illicit substances. And so they're out, they're taken by the cops, chat, and they're thrown in jail for like 48 hours. And they're just there, Chad. They're still in their fucking bikinis still. They haven't got any clothes, Chad. They're pissing over themselves, and they're pooping and pissing over themselves in the jail cell, Chad, until they're finally brought out of court, Chad, for their hearing, for their arraignment, just smelling of shit and piss, Chad. And the judge is even like, Spring Breakers. He said the name of the movie, Chad. Spring Breakers, right? And they go, yes, sir, we're on here for spring break. And he goes, well, the fact that you're all underage, which I think they're like 16 or something, 16, 17. I forget what it was, but you're going to get like misdemeanor charges. However, you're going to get like a warning or whatever the hell it is. But you need to pay the fine, okay? If you can't pay the fine, then you're going back in jail, right? That's just how it's going to be. Meanwhile, chat, for whatever inexplicable reason, James Franco is in the courtroom. I guess because some of his associates also were arrested at the same party where illicit substances were being used, chat. And he's there to bail them out, chat, because those are his boys. They're his boys. But he sees these college girls, and he goes, I'm going to use them for my plans. What are his plans, chat? I don't even know, really. I'm not even sure. I guess it's just to have sex with them. I mean, at first I'm like, okay, is he going to use them? Is it going to be like a sex slave situation that he's going to like prostitute these girls? And the movie doesn't go in that direction at all. We'll get into it later, but he pays for their bail, and they're like, when he's like, hey, girl, and then it's just James Franco's movie from here on out, chill. Like, if you thought it was just going to be about these four girls and, like, Selena Gomez's character learning, like, oh, my friends are awful people, I'm going to go through a life-changing experience and realize that, oh, shit, this whole thing, this was a facade, and I should concentrate on my studies and bettering myself as a person. Like, that would be a plot in this movie. But no, fucking James Franco just said, yeah, fuck all that, y'all. I'm into here right now, and we're talking, it's the James Franco Alien Show, okay? And his whole thing is, I bailed you out, and it's odd. It's like, I'm gonna do whatever I want with you, but you have the option to leave. He's doing a lot of peer pressure type shit. Thank you, Dr. The Five. This is my movie now, bitches. Pretty much he says, YOLO! Yes, exactly. And it's just the James Franco show, where he just explains, he gets the most backstory of anybody, chat. Like I said before, you learn about his family life. You learn that he was raised by them streets, chat. That's what he does. He's a rapper. He's an upcoming amateur rapper, chat. He has a drug business. He's selling copious amounts of cocaine, chat, and marijuana, the devil's lettuce, the MJ, as I like to call it, chat, the reefer. Goes by many names. She has a drug of many names. And he is encroaching on territory of individuals who brought him up on them streets, Chad. And so there's some tension. And eventually, Chad, he takes them to a pool hall where the girls are kind of being harassed by James Franco's friends, and James Franco's not stopping it. And like the three blonde, stooges, Chad, they could care less. They're like, yeah, let's fucking party. Look at my boobs. Like, they're all about that. Selena Gomez is like, I am not okay with this. I am under contract by Disney, and I have not shown anything, but I do not want to be assaulted or sexually harassed on camera. And so there's a scene with her and James Franco. It's very, very creepy. Again, Selena Gomez, she looks like a 15 to 16-year-old girl. I don't know how old she was here. I'm really not sure, but she looks underage. And you have James Franco just saying, you're beautiful. You're my dream girl, like all that. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's just fucking weird. Selena Gomez, she's just not really saying anything in the scene, and it's just kind of James Franco on her. And it's like, I will admit, this like James Franco does I don't know, it's weird. I go back and forth with his performance. It's either good or you're literally just saying things that you see on screen. That's where it is. There's so much improv in the movie that I can't even, he's at least doing something. But the other girls are barely even characters later in the film, chat. They're just fucking window dressing. That's what they are. They're just a trophy that James Franco, a product that James Franco has acquired, okay? Because it's his movie at this point. Like, the girls don't matter. And he's all up on Selena Gomez, and she's really intimidated by that. And she just goes to the girls and says, I'm going to leave the movie now. And so, chat, we're about 50 minutes in the film, and she just gets on a bus and leaves, and we never see her again. She's not in any other part of the movie. It's over with her. And so now we just have the three blonde stooges, chat. I don't know their names. It doesn't really matter. And all they're there is to just worship James Franco. He's got maybe a cult mentality, and where they eventually go to his house, chat, where they live for an indiscriminate amount of time. I'm not sure how much time passed at this point. Maybe it's several days, maybe it's weeks, maybe it's a few months. I literally don't know. Maybe it's all the way up until spring break. It's just not established. Thank you, Caceres, for the 5 minutes. Just check. Gomez was about to turn 20 when they shot. Okay, well, that's fine. She just looks very young. Fair enough. She was of age. That's good. That's good to know. So eventually James Franco, he basically just kind of, I don't know if it's implied that he's taking the girls around to have sex with other people. I feel like it is. They don't show it. Because what happens is he's like, all right, girls, go enjoy yourselves. And then he has a scene of some people doing drug deals or talking street or whatever. And the girls come back and they're like, I don't feel so good. It's like, it's just stuff like that. So I was like, okay. Eventually, James Franco and the girls go to a strip club owned by one of James Franco's friends. And I don't know this guy's name, Chad. He's a rival drug lord who was a former friend of James Franco. And this guy is very upset with James Franco that he's encroaching on his drug-pushing territory. And James Franco's basically saying, well, I'm better at what you do right now. And this guy's telling us, like, yo, you think you could be better than me? And, James Franco, who was in between two strippers, chat, with big fucking massive asses, like, fucking puts his hands on both these girls' asses, chat. It's like, you goddamn right, I'm better. He's just jiggling their asses the whole time. He's saying all of his dialogue, chat. It's like, okay, very in the moment. We start getting a lot of scenes when we go back to James Franco's house. And all it is just him saying things that he sees for the next 5 minutes. He's saying, I got motherfucking Scarface on repeat. I got motherfucking Benjamins on my bed. I got motherfucking Tech 9s under my shoeboxes. That's all it is, shit. I got motherfucking, even he's like, the girls are actually laughing because he's just going off. He's like, I got motherfucking samurai swords above my bed. That's all this is. He's just looking at things and saying what they are. I'm like, okay, what is this movie? What are we doing? Also, Britney Spears, music is played throughout. Like, the girls sing Britney Spears songs, and James Franco sings several Britney Spears songs in these scenes. And it's just them singing the songs, like, all the way through. It's not just like a lyric. All the way through these songs, shit. They just sit there and they sing these songs, and James Franco occasionally points to things that he owns and says, I own that motherfucker. Eventually, chat, While James Franco is showing some of his stuff to the girls start playing with his guns, right? And then they start threatening him. I'm like, oh shit, they bamboozled him, chat. They put him at ease, and now like, now we own you, motherfucker. And now we're gonna start pointing things that we own. And so, James Franco's like, get that gun on my face. They're like, hell no, you scared of us? Like, we could take all your shit, fucking James Franco. Thank you, Steve. Brittany, it's Brittany, bitch. They actually do say that. Thank you for the 10 bitties, good sir. So at one point, chat, I'm not even joking, they have James Franco in the bed with a semi-automatic handgun and another handgun, both with silencers on them, and they make James Franco suck on the barrels like he's, having oral sex with them, like he's double fist, like he's fucking sucking on two erect penises, chat. That's what he's doing. And it goes on for, I'd say, about 2 minutes until he basically, oh boy. It basically acts as if the penises have ejaculated in his mouth, and he goes, that was like the greatest thing ever. And they're like, you like that? He's like, I just fell in love with you. I would suck your dicks all the time. This is dialogue from the movie. I'm not embellishing. I embellished during my review, as you know. I don't need to of this film. I've just been telling you the things that are in this movie. I don't need to embellish. So it just goes on for way too long. And he falls. Oh, by the way, he falls in love with these two. And, like, the other one is just kind of like, she just doesn't feel good, chat, because she's gotten roofied, like, every other night. And so she's just vomiting up blood at this point. And she's always passed out in the bed during the day, and she wakes up during the night. Eventually, chat, they're driving James Franco's Lamborghini, and his former best friend / rival pulls up to them. They exchange some words, chat, of a caustic nature, and the friend pulls out a Tech 9 along with his other guy, and they start shooting at James Franco and the girls. One of the girls gets shot, chat. She's dead. It's the one that was, roofied all the time. Actually, no, I'm joking. She gets shot. It's weird. She gets shot through the arm, and I guess they take her to a doctor. I don't know. I guess it was just a flesh wound. And then she just gets on a bus and leaves. So that's it. I don't know which character that was. She's gone, chat. She was the one that got roofied every other night. So it's just James Franco and the two girls. And then they get another very long sequence of James Franco playing on a white piano near his pool and him singing another Britney Spears song, his own iteration of it. And them just going, that's the greatest thing ever. We love you, James Franco. That's all it is. And eventually he says, I want to get revenge for that guy trying to kill us. And so we're going to go and fuck him up. We're going to do it fucking James Franco style. It's like, oh, hell yeah, here we go. He gets the girls custom pink ski masks with little unicorns on the top of the heads. And he's like, we're just going to take my boat over because he's literally across the bay. I see his house over there. So we're just going to take the boat over, and then we're going to kill him. We cut to the other rival drug lord's house, chat, where he is having copious amounts of sex with various women, chat. They have very big bosoms. They have very big asses. This guy's living the life. And the next see him, chat, he's in his bathroom in a bubble bath watching these two girls shower. The two he was having sex with early in the movie. Meanwhile, James Franco and the two girls, they pull up in the boat, chat. And I don't know why this drug lord doesn't have, like, a lot of security. They pull up on the dock, and the two girls, James Franco, they walk up, and the security guard comes down and says, hey, no, you can't come this way. James Franco pulls out his gun along with the two girls, and the security guard shoots James Franco in the head, and he's dead. He just dies instantly, chat. It was like a Colonel Custer situation. You weren't one of the last ones standing. You died right at the beginning. And the girls, who you think, oh, they're going to panic now. They're just like, oh my God, no, it's not what we want. And they would die. It's like, see, those are the consequences. No, that's not what happens. They then become badasses, chat. And they assault the fucking drug lord's house, Scarface style. They kill the security guards and all the other staff just, because they're all hopped up on various illicit substances, chat. Cocaine, heroin, all the, none of the downers, chat, all the uppers, right? And they go in there, and they're just caked in blood and intestines, chat, and they've shit themselves, and they pissed everywhere because they marked their territory. They're known for that. And they go into the guy's bathroom, and the guy goes, what do you want, bitches? And they shoot him in the head, and then they leave, and they throw all their clothes and guns in the ocean, and they change their clothes, and they steal. Well, actually, no, they go back to James Franco, and they make out with his dead body. Then they hop in the rival drug lord's car, and they just drive away. I don't know if they're going back to college. I don't know if they're just like, well, fuck it. I mean, this is what we want. We're fucking Bonnie and Clyde at this point, and we're just going to do what we want. And that's Spring Breakers. That's the movie. I'm not joking. That's what happens. So a lot happens in the ending for whatever reason. I don't know if the movie's point was lost in just the cinematography and James Franco's acting, or just the general like not giving a fuck attitude. But yeah, it's an odd film. Thank you, Dutch, for the 5 minis. By the way, young Aloha, thank you for getting a sub to Nia Brownie. Very, very kind of you. Thank you. That was good. I told you it'd be quick. Chat. Like, I'm sorry, but there's so many. All the scenes of this movie is just them partying. It's all of them partying, consuming alcohol, consuming drugs. It's not really till you get to James Franco's character, and that's like the last half hour of the film. And I told you all the big scenes. It's him talking to girls, basically intimidating them and taking them to the pool hall. Selena Gomez leaving. Then it's them taking to all their clubs, him interacting with his ex-rival, rival drug dealer, but also former friend. And then the girl almost dying, almost being killed. Him deciding, basically pretending that the pistols are penises in his mouth, and then him deciding to go there and try to kill his friend, and then killing his friend, but he dies in the process. That's what happens. I'm not joking. Thank you, Dark Slayer, for the 5 minutes. Apparently, now everybody wants you to yell "Burr, burr." There you go, burr. Yeah, that's it. The Bazoongas, Dope, and Firearms. That is the movie in a nutshell. Chat. You're welcome. Hope you liked it, Mr. Anderson. When we get going, when are we going to get a sneak peek at the new Mortal Kombat movie? I don't know. It's a good question, man. I'm excited about that. Glee of the 250 minis. Thank you, Great Review. You had me. I'm glad. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I knew this rating. Oh man, I don't know. I don't think it's worth seeing personally. There's nothing about the movie that. I mean, I wasn't like, I don't know. I give it a somewhat. I think it's a somewhat high somewhat bullshit. If that's even a rating I could give on the DT scale, I guess I give it a some high, some high somewhat bullshit chat. Like, I don't think I'd give it a rental because I don't think it's worth seeing. So I give it a high somewhat bullshit chat. Nah, I don't think it's a fuck you. I think it's a somewhat bullshit chat. There's a weirdness about it that I can respect, but other than that, there's no other reason to see it. Yeah, some old bullshit. You didn't see. I'm not angry about it. I'm not angry. I was just kind of bemused. I was like, all right, you're doing what you want. All right. I almost admired the fact that it's like, yeah, we don't need a fucking story. We just got this imagery. We got James Franco just saying things he sees. And I was like, all right, I kind of have to respect that. And it made money because of that. So yeah, I'll give it a high some old bullshit.